People say she was a great mom, she was a great friend, she was someone who was there for everyone. And deputies say she had the motherly instinct to protect her children in her final moments, and those kids are heroes in this story as well.
Jealousy is stupid. It's literally hating someone because they have...
This is a video we found of Mandy on her social media. She loved to share life advice and videos like that. Mandy lived in Pasco County, Florida, gorgeous part of the state on the Gulf Coast. And this is her picture with her daughters. She loved her kids. She was a mom whose entire life seemed to revolve around her daughters. Here she is with one of her daughters getting ready, it seems, for like a dance competition. Then in another video, they're having a great time in the backyard. Those girls are now 9 and 12 years old, and what they witnessed on Monday night is hard to put into words. What they had to do as their mom's life was in danger is something that no child should ever have to do. A 14-year veteran of the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, his relationship with Mandy had come to an end. We did find some pictures that show him with her family. She didn't post a lot about him, it seems, though. You can see him here across the aisle in this picture as they're all on a plane. Now, we don't know much about what Savitz's life was like in recent years. We know that he was still active duty in Pinellas County, and it also appears that he was once held a hero for what he did more than a decade ago. We searched Savitz's name on the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office Facebook page, and there were multiple posts came up featuring him in his line of work. Here he is taking control of an alligator. And in 2015, he was honored for saving the life of a 24-year-old man who deputies say tried to jump off a bridge. He was honored at this banquet. Here he is at a news story about the incident that was posted on YouTube by local outlet ION-TV. Myself and several other deputies responded to the area, at which time we observed the subjects standing on the railing. For that act of heroism, he actually ended up throwing out the first pitch at the Tampa Bay Rays baseball game. These are pictures that PCSO posted on Facebook, and they wrote, quote, "We're proud of Deputy Savitz. Thank you for being an exemplary public servant." And yet, more than a decade later, that deputy, who was hailed a hero for protecting his community, became a killer.
Deputies say on Monday night, around 5:30, Mandy and her two daughters were coming back to their home after a day at the beach. And when they got home, Deputy Troy Savitz was there waiting for them.
They see the victim's ex-boyfriend, who's identified as Troy Savitz. He was standing in their yard in Hudson. Troy Savitz and the victim start arguing. Supposedly Troy wants his TV back, or some dispute over some of his materials. The victim then turns to her children. Well, actually, she first tries to call 911. At some point, Troy takes the phone out of her hand, so she is unable to call 911. The victim then tells her children to go inside to call 911, which they do. The child calls 911, working with dispatch, and I will say, when you listen to that call, and I'll get a little bit further in that call, talk about it, but the dispatcher and the child did a phenomenal job. The child was absolutely extremely brave in what she did and what she said and the information she gave. During that time, the child did identify the suspect as Troy Savitz, and she says that he's a Pinellas deputy. Pasco deputies arrive on scene. We clear the house. We're not sure where the victim is at this point, or the suspect, but we cleared the house and we secured the two children.
The sheriff says that Savitz kidnapped Mandy and put her in a rental car and sped off. Law enforcement in multiple counties started searching in hopes they would find Mandy before it was too late, and sadly, around 7 o'clock that night, this is what they found.
A ping comes back to an area of Platinum Drive where one of our deputies sees the vehicle. They see the vehicle, and at that point, we fly a drone. We're able to identify there was two bodies in the car. Our teams approach safely because we're not sure. We know the suspect's armed, but we're not sure exactly if he's still alive or not, but then we identify that he and the victim are deceased. This is around 7 o'clock at night. Information comes out later that there was a person that had seen him, the suspect, driving down the street. They actually gave each other a thumbs up at some point. And then it's shortly after that where the suspect took his own life. We're not sure when and at what point this suspect had killed the victim.
The argument is, this is so stupid. And from what we know from our people, they've had this on again, off again, tumultuous relationship. But he's there because he wanted his TV set, but This is an argument over a TV set. Obviously, it's deeper than. But for that to spark him to decide he is going to take his gun, kidnap her, shoot her and kill her, and have her kids experience that or whatever relationship issues, and the spark was a TV set. It just happened. Law enforcement says that Mandy's 2 daughters are now with their biological dad. It doesn't appear that Savitz was trying to harm the children according to law enforcement, but there's no doubt he put them in harm's way. A powerful moment in this news conference was this message that the Pasco County Sheriff had for those 2 girls who will now grow up without their mom, a mom who loved them so much. There's going to be a point in your life where you're going to go back and listen to all the videos and read all the reports and everything that happened. So please hear this directly from us. We listened to that 911 tape, and we know that your mother said to go inside to save your lives and to call 911. You did exactly what your mom asked you to do. So know this, your mom is looking down from heaven, and she's so proud of you too, because she did exactly what any parent would have wanted their children to do, and that's to save their own lives and be safe. So know that you two did the right thing. You did exactly what your mom wanted you to do. And she's so proud of you, what you did. When I heard that video and the sheriff heard that audio, we are all amazed at how brave you both were. We're amazed at, the calmness that you're under and the information you're able to provide us so we can get there as quick as possible. So we're so proud of you, and I know your mom is. But know this entire community is praying for you. Our arms go around you, and we're going to do everything we can because, we know you're going to be going back to school, and we're going to make sure that the resources are there for you. I feel like recently we have seen so many of these cases. People remember the family in Michigan, I think it was last week or the week prior, husband killing his 6 kids and his wife and then himself. In this case, you have this deputy who, was in, according to law enforcement, a tumultuous relationship with Mandy, but at the end of the day, he truly acts like, I just keep thinking, like, how can a police officer do something like this? Especially someone of 14 years. truly a monster to do this in front of children. Take us into the mind of people in these cases. They may not have a criminal record. In his case, Deputy Savitz, was, according to law enforcement, this exemplary member of law enforcement, and then suddenly he's doing this. I don't know what was going on in his life, but take us into the mind of people who in these moments do these things.